Good morning. It's Ellie. I'm back with Fat Free Diaries, February 26th, Saturday. It's been a little over a week since my last message to you. It's been it was a heavy message, and it's been a pretty slow week. I just last night I had my aha moment that I wanted to put in the diary, and I was driving down the FDR, and I realized that there's a lot of extra lines on the street as I'm driving. There's those light lines that have been there since forever, and they just never thought to fix on the street. And then you have the newer lines, which you would think are the easier ones to follow. But then I started thinking, wow, this journey is very similar to this issue of having a light line that almost makes you want to follow that piece of the road, when in fact there's new lines that keep you in a better direction, just slightly over, but it's almost confusing. It's like, which way do I go? It's real easy to follow one line, and then the street breaks, and then the line comes over. And I know this is so silly and so analyzed, but it's very much how this journey is. It's other addictions differ from an eating addiction because of the fact that you can say, I'm not gonna have X, Y, or Z, and then you work with that aim of recovery that you don't touch. They have a saying, one drink is too many, and 100 drinks is not enough. You can't do that with food. You have to eat. You have to feed yourself. You have to have some kind of nutrition going on. Well, this journey is about erasing the old lines. You can't erase the lines altogether because you have to stay on the road, but making new lines and erasing the old ones so that you don't get twisted and turned. Last week I reported that I had lost over 20 pounds. Well, this past week I got so comfortable. I thought I could eat whatever I wanted to. I had a loss. I did. I lost 0.4, which brought me to a total of 21.2 pounds, and I'm very proud of that. And I'm very proud that it was a loss and not a gain. But I wasn't careful. I really wasn't careful. I had all kinds of nonsense that, I stopped having a while ago. But it was that line, that little line that's still drawn on my road, that it's okay to go to that line. It's okay to sometimes go to that line, but the truth is that on this new journey, I don't need that line. The program I'm on, it allows you to eat whatever you want, but within moderation. And I wasn't really paying attention to the moderation, which I know, as a lifelong lover of food, that can steer me the wrong way. And what happens when you're driving down these roads that have these multiple lanes, and there's some of those lines that are not so clear, you almost go into the next lane, and you almost you put yourself in harm's way, especially when you're driving in New York City and you're competing with yellow cabs. And life is just like that. You're competing, you're driving along. There's a lot of other lanes, and if you tend to drift into that other line because the line is not so clear, you put yourself at risk of hurting your progress. So with that in mind, February 26th, I would like to challenge you to a 3-week challenge, just 3 little weeks. They say that most habits are created in 21 days. So 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, I'm challenging you, my listener, my companion, my support team, my friends, my family. I'm inviting you to take this challenge of putting activity in your life. There's some of you who've been writing me these great messages about how you're losing weight, or maybe even how you've given up a vice, or maybe even there's one of you that broke a relationship and you're moving forward from a relationship that was taking from you instead of giving something to you. and all these people that you guys are writing to me and telling me these great messages of encouragement, of moving forward, of making a change. I'm challenging you to erase the old lines. That's not going to happen overnight, because it didn't happen overnight that those wore out and these new lines had to be created. The need for this new road didn't happen overnight. The need for it. It's not about the want of it. It's the need for it, because it's necessary to create this new road. Well, for the next 3 weeks, I would like you to promise yourself that every week you're going to give yourself 5 days of activity. And it does not have to be structured exercise. I have not lost 21.2 pounds on structured exercise. I plan for it. I hope for it every week. You have a treadmill. I'm not drying my clothes on it or anything. I'm trying, but I really don't get on it. And in the last almost 9 weeks that I've been working in this journey, I haven't gotten on it but maybe twice, 2 or 3 times. So forget about the structured exercise. If you're like me, that doesn't really have time for the half an hour of, whatever it is you're doing. But there's some of you that wait for the train. There's no reason that you can't shift. Shift your weight on either calf. It's, some of you have been asking me how I do it. And I'm not gonna, I'm still in my PJs, so I'm not gonna get up and give you a demonstration. If you guys want it, let me know. Now, I'll do it. I'll even put the cute sweat gear on to show you how I do what I do. But the truth is, I do it every day and whatever I can. I get stuck in traffic. You guys already know about my desinquieto, But when I'm waiting for the train, I'm shifting. And then if I have to, I kick up my leg. So I'm going from side to side, kicking up my leg. You know what? Screw what anybody else thinks. Because for too long, and you can refer to the last video, for too long, I cared what other people think. So right now, I don't care what other people think. So if you think I'm a nut because I'm moving around and I'm putting in some activity in my otherwise sedentary life, screw you. It's okay. You can think whatever you want to think. When I'm at my desk, a couple of stretches, keep that neck nice. And if you can tell, I'm starting to get my bones back. I mean, yeah, I know they were already there, but you can start seeing them, which is kind of really cool. Given that my chin has gotten smaller, this area of my face has gotten smaller. My rings are actually getting a lot smaller on my hand. It dances around where before it kind of just got stuck there. And this sexiness right here with the bones, when I wear a dress or something that's more open in this area, is kind of hot. I'm really proud of that, but I know that point forward, that's not acceptable, especially when I'm trying so hard otherwise to throw it away for a week. Great thing is that when you're on the journey, sometimes those lines exist, but you know what, sometimes the road does become more clear. So that's why I'm asking you to take this challenge. If those lines are not so clear and the issue that you're trying to get through is not weight, then find something that you can actually do, that I can do, because I can do 5 days of activity. I would like it to be at least half an hour of activity, but the truth is, so long as it's 5 days of some kind of, activity that you're doing on purpose, some intentional activity. Another thing that I do is when I'm watching TV, I love to watch all the morning programs. I watch TV, and every time there's a commercial, I have a great long hallway. I start just walking back and forth. And I bypass the refrigerator. You walk back and forth, back and forth. If you're a homebody, if you're doing stuff at home, get your ass up, put your chanclas on, even if you're looking all ghetto with the rollers in your hair, go downstairs and take a walk to the corner and come back. Because the stairs, the walk down the corner, guess what? That's activity. It's a little bit of activity. In your cars, park it far away from wherever it is you're going. If the weather's freezing cold the way it's been, that's fine. You can live with it, okay? You can survive the cold. Get the damn hat and a scarf. Walk far away. Do it. 3 weeks, 5 days. You can do every other day, and you'll manage to have 5 to 6 days for the next 3 weeks, every other day. Just tell yourself today, you know what, I gotta go take the train. I'm gonna, while I'm waiting, or between stops, hold your stomach in. That one's the best one. It's not so easy to do. You hold your stomach in while the train is riding from one stop to the next, and you tell me in 3 weeks how many inches you lost off your waist. It's one of the ways that I've kept my weight somewhat even. You know, my waist is smaller than the rest of me. It usually has been. Up until I got to the 240s, it usually was. And it's one of the exercises that I've always gotten myself into, which is, you know, you tuck it in and you wait for the next stop, you let it out. It doesn't mean hold your damn breath. Don't be an idiot. Hold it in and just hold it. Let those muscles do what they are supposed to do. Before you know it, those muscles are going to automatically go into that going in position. But you have to remind yourself. So if you're, you know, a commuter, you know, you stopped at a red light, hold your stomach in. You don't want to move around and look like a fool like I do. I don't care. But you know what? Hold that stomach in. Nobody can see it. You know? Hold those butt cheeks in when you're sitting down. If you hold them and you're not like necessarily doing the exercise, because if you're doing the exercise, it looks kind of kinky and people might laugh at you and your kids might think you're strange. But if you hold it, you can have the rest of this conversation while holding your buttocks. You know, it's kind of cool that you can sneak this stuff into your everyday. It does not have to be a chore. Don't let it be a job. It's a journey. So with that said, it's a shorter video than the last one. I love you, and I completely am so appreciative of the fact that you guys are supporting this wonderful journey, which is turning out to be such a beautiful experience, such a connection with people. The list of shout outs will be too long, but please continue to send me messages. Send me private messages if you don't want to shout out your business. I won't shout you out here unless you give me the okay. I'll give you a different name if I feel it necessary to talk about something. But I love you and thank you. This is Ellie, Fat Free Diaries, February 26th, in the middle of week 9, and giving you a challenge. If you're taking the challenge, man, let me know. Besides liking this comment, if you like it, let me know that you're taking this challenge. Let's do it together. 3 weeks. 3 weeks is all I'm asking. 3 weeks. And then in 3 weeks, we'll talk about what that progress is. But for 3 weeks, come on, let's do it. Alright, so today's the 26th. It's a Saturday. Great day to begin if you're not working. If not, you start tomorrow. But whatever your day is to start. Because even more important than those little lines that are light is the darker lines that need to be drawn. So get out and draw them. Take an initiative and let's do it together. Okay, so nos vemos February 26th. Ellie, Fat Free Diaries. Ciao.